the International Criminal Court seeking arrest warrants.
We have a variety of evidence to support the applications.
For Hamas and Israeli leadership. Scientists worried on what could lead to a wave of infections over the summer.
That it might be more easily transmissible.
What you need to know on their findings. And special appearances at graduation.
We are going to support them in any way.
How a group of officers made this new high school grad's day. These stories and more coming up on Newsbreak.
Hello, South Florida. I'm Benjamin Cure.
And I'm Emma Alonso. Today is Tuesday, May 21st, 2024.
Live from the Lee Caplin School of Journalism and Media in North Miami, this is Caplin News.
Men who were setting up a camera to take video of boats ended up recording their own act of heroism. Two Samaritans saved the child's life after screaming for help and struggling to swim by the Boca Inlet.
Caplin News reporter Gloria Selva has more on this terrifying incident caught on video.
My parental instincts took over and I just went for it.
This video shows Seth Stern jumping into the Boca Inlet to help rescue a child who was struggling on Sunday.
He was right off the rocks here when I jumped in and went for him.
Seth was shooting social media video for Wavy Boats when he felt something was wrong. He turned around and saw a boy in the ocean, yelling for help.
The kid was going underwater numerous times. I yelled for him. His response was, I yelled for him to swim to me, and his response was, I can't, I don't have enough energy.
Without hesitation, Seth, along with two other people nearby, jumped in the waters.
I'm not Michael Phelps by any stretch, but I'm a pretty decent swimmer, and that current was really ripping me.
The group helped pull the boy out of the water, and ocean rescue crews rushed to treat him.
That extra minute or two in the water, could have cost the kid his life. I mean, for me, it felt like an eternity in the water.
What these guys did here on the weekend, they're definitely heroes, and the world needs more people like Seth Stern.
Stern wants to see local government place life preservers and warning signs by the inlet to help protect the community. For Caplin News, I'm Gloria Selva.
As International Criminal Court's prosecutor seeks an arrest warrant for Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, he's also targeting Israeli Defense Minister Yoav Gallant and 3 Hamas leaders. CNN's Amy Kaidi looks at what that means for the accused and what happens next.
Nobody is above the law.
The process is underway at the International Criminal Court now that its prosecutor is seeking arrest warrants for several Israeli and Hamas leaders. They're denouncing the move.
The prosecutor's absurd charges against me and Israel's defense minister are merely an attempt to deny Israel the basic right of self-defense. And I assure you of one thing, this attempt will utterly fail.
The charges include war crimes and crimes against humanity. Now it's up to a panel of ICC judges to decide if enough evidence exists to go to trial. Some observers say that proof is clear given the October 7th attack and current civilian suffering in Gaza.
If they don't want to be charged with war crimes, maybe they shouldn't have done war crimes.
Others say it's hard to prove Israel is using starvation in Gaza as a method of war.
I have not ever seen a successful case brought by any international court in any circumstance where you've seen this siege thing actually play out.
If the ICC judges find enough evidence, they could issue a voluntary summons or an arrest warrant. The latter limits a person's ability to travel freely because it calls on the ICC's 124 member countries to detain the accused.
Israel has every right and indeed an obligation to get hostages back. But you must do so by complying with the law.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
Preparations are underway this morning to mourn the death of a world leader. Iranian President Ibrahim Raisi died in a helicopter crash over the weekend. Iran's government has set aside several days of mourning, which ends in a funeral later this week. Authorities are still investigating what caused the aircraft to crash into a mountainside in foggy weather.
Presenting similar mutations, a group of COVID variants are affecting people's lives today. Some experts fear that the so-called flirt variant could cause more infections this summer. Caplin's Denise Diaz brings us more details on the new variants and what to know going forward.
In under 2 months, the K.2 variants have surpassed the JN.1 variant, becoming the prevalent strain circulating in the U.S. It currently accounts for approximately 28% of COVID-19 infections.
There's some suggestion that it might be more easily transmissible. It does not, however, seem to be causing more severe disease.
Dr. Priya Sampathkumar from Mayo Clinic highlights its spread coinciding with experts developing formulations for the upcoming fall COVID vaccine.
The WHO recommended that the JN1 strain be the basis of the vaccine, but now in the US they're reconsidering whether that would be the case or whether they would need to focus on this newly mutated strain instead.
Sampath Kumar explained that while the current vaccine might not fully stop transmission, they can still lessen the severity of COVID. She also points out that the Fleur variant caused the same respiratory symptoms as before, like coughing and fever. Since these variants spread easily, they could lead to a more COVID cases this summer.
People are going to be traveling on vacation, going to ball games, going to concerts, etc.
To stay safe, remember to wash your hands, wear masks in crowds, and stay home if you are feeling sick. For Caplin News, I am Denise Diaz.
Former Boston Red Sox pitcher Austin Maddox was one of 27 people arrested in Florida as part of a sting called Operation Valiant Night. The arrests were announced just yesterday in Jacksonville, but they happened in late April. The operation spanned across multiple agencies. Police say Maddox solicited sex over the internet from who he thought was a 14-year-old girl. He is being charged on 4 felony counts with a bond of $300,000.
Spirit Airlines passengers now have the freedom to change their travel plans. The low-cost carrier announced it has done away with change and cancellation fees, something most full-service airlines did during the pandemic. Spirit's move puts it in line with competitor Frontier Airlines, which did away with the fees last week. Both airlines are struggling to return to profitable post-COVID.
Exciting news if you're an average shopper at Target. They're cutting down on prices on thousands of popular items. The Superstore says that starting on Monday of next week, they're lowering prices on household items and food products as a way to regain customers who are worried about inflation. Other major retailers, including IKEA and Aldi, have also been reducing prices to attract customers.
ChatGPT is putting its plans on hold this morning and facing backlash after criticism that its AI voice sounds familiar. The voice has been compared to the AI assistant in the film Her, voiced by Scarlett Johansson. Critics describe the voice as flirtatious and as it was developed from a male fantasy. The actress herself has stated she was angered when she heard the demo and declined to be the voice tool when she was offered it last year. The company is putting a pause on the use of the AI voice and is working to address questions on how the voice was chosen.
The game between the Marlins and Milwaukee comes down to the final pitch.
That's still ahead, and so is the story.
I've known most of these guys most of my life, so it was pretty special for them to all come see me on my graduation and take a picture so that, we could all remember that day.
10 years after the death of a police officer, his fellow cops stand in his place for his daughter's graduation. Newsbreak will be back in 2 minutes.
The black truck? Hey, Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend. You want to see some photos of them that I took?
I don't.
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
Buzz and overshared again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
So, yeah, I know. That's why I did it.
Hey, you're gonna get back to the top of the mountain.
Does that mean I'm gonna get back with Christina?
No.
Oh.
No.
lot of ways to reach out to a friend about their mental health. Learn how you can help at seizetheawkward.org.
Bill is a family man. He invests his money wisely and provides a good life for his children. Just one problem. He often opens emails from senders he doesn't know, and his computer is not password protected. One day, Bill checked his bank account and 94% of malware attacks originate from emails. Don't be like Bill. Take your cybersecurity seriously.
A group of police officers finding a way to protect and serve the memory of a fallen friend. The fallen officer was not able to see his daughter cross the stage on graduation, but that did not stop his fellow officers from showing up to support her.
It was Sunday near Des Moines, Iowa. As Caplin's Fiorella Mora reports, the officer said it was a graduation they could not miss.
The important thing is for us to be there when her dad cannot be.
Webster County Sheriff's Deputy Nick Dunbar and 7 other law enforcement officers say it was a graduation they couldn't miss. All gathered at Southeast Valley High School and Gallery for Kaylee Bunting.
I've known most of these guys most of my life, so it was pretty special for them to all come see me on my graduation and take a picture so that, we could all remember that day.
They were standing in for her father, Jamie. He died in a standoff at Rockwell City 10 years ago. Dunbar was the Dayton police chief at the time.
It hit pretty hard. Jamie was actually our firearms instructor for my department.
Dunbar and his fellow officers stood in line at the high school gym and gave Kaylee a hug after she picked up her diploma. A special moment of pride for them and an emotional recognition of her late father.
We are still there. We are going to support them in any way. Both of his kids are absolutely amazing. His son, Ethan, daughter, Kaylee, just, impress me every day. And for us to be there for him is, certainly an honor on our part.
None of them have ever tried to replace my dad's memory, but they've definitely helped me throughout my whole life, live in my dad's memory.
The Brewers are waking up in Miami this morning feeling a little hungover after carrying a 2-0 lead into the 7th inning before watching it all fall apart. At the bottom of the 10th, it was Marlins first baseman Josh Bell who brought in the game-winning RBI. This marks the first time this season that the Marlins have won back-to-back series. Don't look now, but the Marlins are 6-4 over the last 10 games with a collective batting average of .252. You're watching Newsbreak, and we're coming right back.
Radcliffe Art and Design Incubator is the velocity accompanying the fellow's rudder, as in a boat. Unless there is movement or action, the planned direction is of little consequence. We encourage the creative ideas into action, and from the experience of doing, we critically assess the feedback, adjust, and set out to rediscover the potentialities of an entrepreneurial mindset.
precise, no margin for error.
Dare to forget that. Dare to have fun with it. Get weird with it. Dare to send those old STEM theories flying past the neighbor's house into outer space. Dare to program something internet-breaking, record-breaking. Dare to blow their minds. Dare to learn the difference between sedimentary and metamorphic rock. Go find those rocks. Dare to keep daring. Dare to STEM. Check out She Can STEM to get started.
And that's all the time we have for Newsbreak. I'm Emma Alonso.
And I'm Benjamin Cure. Get more news anytime at caplinnews.fiu.edu.